Hey everybody! Happy Tuesday indeed. Hello and welcome to DETV, the occasionally on Tuesday show where we talk about dice. Thank you all for bearing with me last Tuesday. I threw my back out for the first time in 40 years. And I can say I don't recommend it. It's awful. It's getting better, but it takes forever and just sort of reminds you of your own mortality, which is just never fun. But anyway, we're back, and we've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about today. So we'll jump into yesterday's newsletter, where we dropped Pixel Hearts Hydromelon. For a second, I thought I typoed Hydromelon, and I was like, oh my god, I sent that out to everybody. But anyway, brand new Pixel Hearts iteration of our Infinity D4s. These are gorgeous, and some of you might know, we have like our Hylian, I think it's just called Hylian Pixel Hearts Infinities. These are the same, but they're red instead of green and yellow. So they got red with the white ink. The red is like a candy, like lollipop, sort of like watermelon flavored candy red, which you can see way better on the site. But they're really pretty. It's a really nice shade. It's very tempting edibly. So, obviously don't eat these. That's always a disclaimer we have to say. But yeah, so we named them Hydromelon after another Zelda reference. I don't know if any of you have played Breath of the Wild yet, but the Hydromelons show up in Breath of the Wild, I think for the first time in Breath of the Wild. And I assume that they'll be there for the sequel too, but I haven't played that yet, so I don't know. But yeah, just really bright pink watermelon red, I think, is what we all settled on at the office, and is probably what's on the copy on the site. So they're just like bright, juicy, delicious infinities. Not delicious because you're not allowed to eat them, but they look delicious. But yeah, so those are up on the site now. A great pairing. We also have our Hylian infinities, although I think we're out of stock right now. We'll definitely be getting more of those back in. And we have Death Mountain infinities, which are named after... Where is Death Mountain? I think Death Mountain showed up in Ocarina of Time, but I might be wrong. It might also be Breath of the Wild, but it's where the Gorons live. And that's our metal set, our metal version. So yeah, just another great Zelda reference. We talked a little bit about Zelda last week. We had Dave on, and we talked about vintage, or not last week, 2 weeks ago. We had Dave on, we talked about his vintage dice, like the history of dice, Envy dice. That was a lot of fun. A bunch of you won free dice, which was also a lot of fun. And we're definitely going to have Dave back on, because he's got like so many more things he wants to share. So we will do that. And let's go back to the newsletter real quick so you guys can see. Hydromelon launched yesterday, so for all of this week, the 10% off your order code is Gerudo. And that's because I kept making references to being in the desert and it being hot. So, down here, since we've now got our third Infinity named after a Zelda reference, I went ahead and put together a legendary collection on the site. And if you got the newsletter, you got a link to it, and it includes basically anything that's like cool and green and very linky looking, including our brand new, let me see if I have one. Our brand new Pouch of Probability, which is right here, and it's a little dice bag, and we offer it for sale now on our site. It's very nice, very green. I don't think that you guys have seen this before, and we didn't actually launch it, so it's up and you can buy it. But it's a cool little dice bag, got a little D20 on there, Pouch of Probability. I don't remember, I think it was Maria came up with the name, and we're like, we should put that on the bag. So then we did. I made a little vector design and we got it printed on there. It kind of looks white in the video, but it's like a silver foil is what it is. So yeah, big enough to hold a full 10-piece set plus extras. So that's launched on there. We also have some they're key pens is what they're called. It's a pen in the shape of a key. That's just like a silly little thing, but if you're looking to write notes at your table during your session, you can use a key pen. But yeah, we put up a couple just cute little accessories recently. This is one of them, and this made it into our legendary collection because it's like very Zelda forward, clearly. Yeah, okay, so that's our launch yesterday. 2 weeks ago, we launched the pre-order for the advent calendars this year. If you've been watching the stream recently, we've been talking about this pretty much every stream recently. And the big reveal this year, the big change is that we have 2 calendars this year. We have one that is geared toward your traditional classic Christmas, very Santa, very red and green, very cheery holiday vibes. And then we have our Krampus calendar, which is our, you're on the naughty list. And it's all like dark purples and blacks and neon greens and sort of like the edgier side of the holiday. So, 2 weeks ago, and actually, I don't have them, but I have them with me. So, I have the actual boxes with me. We got our samples printed. I think I might have shown these to you guys already, or maybe it was just a photo last time. But here's the sample. It's not filled with dice yet. You can't hear any dice jingling around, but it was just the print. And they came out great. There's Santa's face looking at you. I tried to do Santa like a dwarf, like, with the big beard and the gold jewelry and stuff, just to keep it sort of like D&D themed. That's why like his fur trim on his jacket and his hat is brown instead of white. I don't know. Just trying to keep it in theme. And then here's our Krampus calendar with Krampus, who is super creepy and like on the verge of being too creepy, but not quite. So he's there. And that calendar will have, like I said, more of like the vibe will be more like the creepier, spookier side of Christmas. So those are a lot of fun. They're available for pre-order now. You can get them individually, decide if you're on the naughty or nice list, or you can get both as a combo. And if you get both at the same time, then there's a little discount baked in. So Yondu asks, it's going to be 2 different calendars entirely. Yes. So thank you, Yondu, for asking, because this is something that, like, because this is a brand new product for us, like the idea of doing 2 different calendars, we have to think like long and hard, because we're just dice goblins. We're not like professional merchandisers. So we have to think long and hard about how to explain exactly what people are getting. So every Krampus calendar is going to have the same series of dice and goodies within it. So if you got 2 Krampus calendars, you'll get times 2 of everything that's included. But the Krampus calendar and the Santa calendar have 2 non-overlapping offerings of stuff in them. So if you got 1 of each, you'll get essentially 48 different days. So you get 24 from Krampus, 24 from Santa, and it's 2 totally different vibes. So we had to order double the types of dice. Obviously we made 2 different physical calendars, but if you got 2 Santas, like I said, like let's just say, for example, there's like a red dice bag in one of the slots, you'll get 2 red dice bags if you got 2 Santa calendars. But if you got a Santa calendar and a Krampus calendar, you get 2 different items. So hopefully that makes sense. Please let me know if it doesn't. I'm happy to say it multiple times, very different ways, because we've had to, like, for ourselves also. So yeah, very exciting. Naughty Dice and Naughty Dice and Santa's calendar, and Nice Dice and Krampus's calendar. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. Okay, so speaking of calendars, let me just go ahead and pull this up real quick. In that same newsletter, if you didn't get it, I just included some snaps from previous years. This was our 2024 calendar. And this is customer images. So you guys took pictures of what was inside, and then you tagged us with them, or whatever, tagged the pictures with us on social media, and I collected a bunch of those images. And so this is just a smattering, just so you can sort of see what was available in last year's calendar. So if you look at the dice bag photo on the left there, I'm pretty sure that's everything. So it was a full 10-piece set. It was a full 7-piece set. Oh, sorry, was that That might be an 8-piece set with an Infinity D4 included, a mini set of dice, a metal Infinity, exclusive Infinity, that blue one right there, which was really pretty, a wooden D12. We had 2 D12s that we released in support of the Dragon. Was it Dragonheart? No, it's Daggerheart. I always say Dragon. It's Daggerheart, the new system that Critical Role came out with this year. And then I also see, there was a spare red D20 up there in the top left, and you can also see it in the top right of the whole image. And that was essentially the chunky for the mini set that was included. So that's an example. And here I actually have a calendar from last year. So this one I can shake and you'll be able to hear that it's full of stuff. So this is what we did last year. And the reason, it's kind of funny. So the year before that, 2023, I designed this calendar image for the calendar. It's like stitched looking to resemble a Christmas sweater. And I don't know if I've already said this, and so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but after doing this in 2023, I went full on vector, simple shapes. There's a deer right here and some trees and some snow, because essentially my brain was wiped out after doing this for an entire year. And so by the time we came around and I had to do another one, I was like, I could not. But I regained my energy and my strength and my creative juju or whatever. And now we have fully illustrated Santa and Krampus calendars. So I like last year's calendar. I'm not trying to put it down, but it was like the stark difference between the amount of effort that it took me, like the amount of hours I had to put into it between 23 and 24 is still pretty hilarious to me. Oh, thank you, Yondu. So Yondu liked it, so we're all good. All right, so let me see. I also included the snaps from 2023's calendar. So you can see in the sweater box some of the stuff that was included in there. We had another metal Infinity wooden D6, which was really cool. I really like this one, actually. That wooden D6 in the top right just has little Christmassy scenery all over it. Another mini set, another full set, some chonkies, etc. And then I don't have with me, unfortunately, and it eats me alive, a whole 2022 calendar anymore. I think that was our first year, so I'm not even sure that we were convinced we were going to do it again yet, and so we didn't hang on to any spares. I actually think that Dylan might have a spare at his house, because he takes all of our product photos, and he usually keeps the one that he takes to take the picture of, and so he might actually have a spare. And one day, I might be able to convince him to give that to me for records, for archival purposes, but we'll see. So anyway, yeah. Pre-order is live now for the Advent calendars. We only put up a limited amount right now. We're basically like launching a small chunk for a pre-order, and then like once we're further along in the year, we'll like put up the rest. So there is a chance that the pre-orders will sell out, but if you see that happen, don't fret. If you see that happen, you'll be able to input your email in the like remind me bar on the product page, and then when we put up the rest, and there will be plenty more, when we put up the rest, then you'll get a notification being like, oh, they're back. And we're just doing that for like logistics sake, because we have to hand pack and ship all of these to you guys, and so if we just like chunk it out a little bit, it makes it much smoother. I say that, but we actually haven't reached like a ideal level of smoothness yet, so we will still be just unending making boxes and packing them and shipping them, but hopefully if there's a little break, then we'll, it'll be a little smoother. Okay, so let me see, just scanning the chat real quick. Bird Dog, you ask, any plans on full Daggerheart sets? So I think that Daggerheart, Daggerheart is still very much in the front of our minds. This year, we have just, I mean, you guys are familiar with things that I've complained about in the past, where it's like we had to adjust for tariffs, and it sort of just chaos has reigned this year. So while we were hoping to sort of follow along with Daggerheart and do releases of double D12 sets, essentially, that you could play with that, like, you know, looked cool with each other, etc. That is, I will completely honestly say, on the hold right now. So we're working on fulfilling the advents. We're working on restocking stuff on the site, and we've got some like seasonal stuff that we have to like work on right now if we want it to be ready for the season. So Daggerheart, unfortunately, has taken like one tiny little step back, but it's very much still on the list, and we very much want to keep doing it, or, you know, provide that, because it's awesome. I've been watching, I don't know if you guys got to see the Daggerheart playthrough from Critical Role recently. I think they just wrapped it up, actually, but it's probably available on YouTube or on their subscription site. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. So I definitely want to make sure that we keep Daggerheart in mind, in our heart of hearts, and keep moving forward with that. I'm just going to scan real quick. I think I saw another question. Fair and Coon, you have the wooden D6 with you. That's awesome. I really like that one. I'm very, very happy with that one. It's a nice little, like, gift die. I thought I saw another question, but maybe not. Okay, so I think we're good. Feel free to ask, though, if you want. All right, so today I was given permission to do some sneak peeks. Mostly because just recently we've gotten a whole bunch of updates about our products that are going to be launching later in the year. So since we just started talking about, or since we just were talking about advent calendars, one of the sneak peeks I've been allowed to show you I have here. Now, if you're going to get an advent calendar and you really don't want to know what's in it, you're going to hear it anyway, so you should probably leave. But if you just don't want to see it and you just want to hear what it is, then close your eyes and give me like 2 minutes. So I mentioned earlier that you might receive a red bag in your Santa Advent, and this was one of the things we developed for this year. So here's our Santa-themed Dice Envy red drawstring dice bag. It's super cool. The perfect red, like Christmas red color with a white Santa Brockton print on it. And if you'll notice the borders, Dylan made this, the borders are candy canes, which is adorable and hilarious. And this was kind of a no-brainer. We were like, we're sending out, we're doing advent calendars every year now, and we haven't included a bag before. And it's like, why not? And then the first answer to why not was like, will it fit in one of the slots? Because we are using the same box shape every year so far. But we tested it, we folded it up real nice, shoved it in there, and it totally fit. So that will be included in the Santa box. And just like bags, like why wouldn't you, right? And we are asking ourselves that. Why didn't we? But we're going to make up for it this year. And then in your Krampus bag, let me just get some of the cat hair off of this because my whole life is cat hair. In the Krampus bag, purple bag. So the general vibe of the Krampus bag, like I said, is darker colors, purples, blacks, greens, edgier stuff. I mean, essentially just like opposite of red and green as much as we can. And look at that Krampus. He's ridiculous. I don't know if he got an actual silly pun name, Krampbrockton or Brocktus. Maybe not. I think he's just Krampus Brockton. But he's a little terrifying, just like the box, but not terrifying enough not to want to hold your dice with. So the dice that are included in the Advent, now you have a little pouch that you can carry them around in. It's a drawstring, like dice bag. Yeah, like normal. We send out our dice bags with a lot of our orders, so you guys are probably familiar with what those are like. So these are just exclusive to these calendars, red and purple. They're amazing. I don't know what day they're going to be on. I think it's been decided, and there's they have a day that they belong to, but I don't remember which day it is. I think it's either the first day or the last day, but I don't remember. I think it's the first day, because I think we said, no, because then we went back on that. So what day it is still a mystery, but these are going to be in your calendars. So that's exciting. Very happy to share that. And I think that's it for our Advent stuff. But I do have another sneak peek to share. Where is this? I just saw a question. Oh, will Krampus Brockton get a sticker? I don't know if it was planned already, BB Dub, but I am going to make a note to Dylan. Dylan also designs all of our stickers, all of our Brocktons, and then the stickers that go with them. So I will make a note to Dylan that it is desired to have a Brockton Krampus sticker. Okay, moving on. It is okay. Yes, it is formally requested now. It's gonna go on the list. I can't like make Dylan do things, but I can apply pressure for sure. All right, so I have another sneak peek I want to share. This is a sneak peek for a little earlier in the year, but was a big update that we had recently. And I don't think it's too spoilery because you're gonna see it as soon as it drops anyway. This aspect of it. But it has to do with our Halloween season. Every Halloween, the last 2 years, so the last 2 years of Halloweens, we've done a trick or treats mystery surprise bag. So like, yeah, they all match. So this is where like the verbiage gets complicated. Like all of the trick or treat bags hold the same products. I think we decided we need a new name other than mystery because it's no mystery to us what you get in it. So if you guys remember from last year, let me pull up. This was the bag. So last year we went full on custom. We made a custom pumpkin bag to hold all the Halloween goodies in. And I even have one here. Oh, this little stem isn't out. Hold on, let me pull the stem out. That's important. So he's here. And he came with a whole bunch of stuff. And I think we even did a reveal on the stream around that time, or maybe like later after everyone had gotten theirs to show what came in it. But it's a surprise until you buy it. But we're going to do it again this year because it's a cute, adorable, awesome thing. So this year, I took this picture that Dylan took of our pumpkin bag, and we brainstormed in the office and decided on a Frankenstein bag. We're like, how cool would it be if this year we had Frankenstein's monster bag? And I took this picture, and photoshopped the crap out of it. And we sent this to our bag lady. Bag lady, when I say it out loud, doesn't sound super nice, but she does our bags. And she basically like takes our ideas and runs wild and makes them happen for us. So we sent this to our wonderful bag person, and we was just like, let's just go full on. I want this amazing, completely cute Frankenstein patchwork bag. And Maria handled all the back and forth, and we just recently got a sample, which I want to show you guys. So if you don't want to see what it actually looks like, close your eyes. But here he is. All right, he's a little saggy because he's got nothing in him right now. But look how cute. He came out perfect. He's adorable. He's got like 2 shades of green. The colors aren't as bright on my screen, but they're super cute. And 2 shades of green. It's like his, because the whole Frankenstein thing's like he's made up of different parts. But yeah, a little stitch on the side here. And he's got bolts, these silver embroidered bolts. And his little face, which just came out adorable in my opinion. So here he is. He's our Franken bag, and he is just waiting for all the goodies to get ordered and come in. And that way we can fill him up and put him on the site. I know, he's perfect. I love him so much. This is actually, Dave keeps like talking up this guy because he also is like in love with Franken bag. But yeah, his little face, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at directions on the camera here, but he's so cute. Look at his little face. So we're going to get him loaded up with goodies this year, and we'll release our trick-or-treat bags. I think it's like mid-September or towards the end of September maybe. And then last but not least, this isn't a sneak peek as much as it is a tease, but I am excited for this. So I wanted to share that last year, if you got your trick-or-treat bag, it came with a bag of Crittles, which was just a really silly play on words. It's Skittles colored dice, right? There's like an orange one. Had a 7-piece set in it and a cute little Crittles bag. And we are, the tease is that we are doing another, like, punerific play on words candy dice to include this year in our Franken bag. So I'm not going to spoil what it is, but I will say that we've already got like the design. I already did the design. We got a sample of the packaging. We have the dice themselves. So like it's definitely happening, and I'm very excited about it. And I hope that we can continue this like trend of having to put the don't eat warning on the back of stuff, because it's, delicious looking enough to where you might want to. Okay, I think that's it. Let me just do a quick chat scan, take a sip of water. Okay, sounds good. No tricks, all treats. Love it. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Maria is back in town. She was in London for a week. She had an awesome time. She brought us back this. We each got one of these. It's like an artist made this, and I'm so sorry, Maria. I think you told us who it was, but I don't remember. She got these at like a museum that she visited in like the gift shop, I think, and an artist made these. And I think it's just one of those things, like if we're traveling and we see dice, it's like, you gotta get it. So really cool. It's like stone. I think it's actually marble, like real marble. And she was seeing like a lot of sculptures and taking pictures and stuff. So that was really cool, which I love. And it's going to sit in a very careful place on my bookshelf, because it's also like prime cat fodder. So that's going to be tucked away. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Next week, we're going to have another drop. It's going to be a 10-piece set that we may or may not have already talked about, because it's from a sub box. Pretty soon, I'm going to be taking sub box pictures of the dice that just got delivered to everybody for June. And I think that's it. As always, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, comments, etc., reach out to me anytime, rach@diceenvy.com or hello@diceenvy.com. Thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you all next Tuesday, as long as I don't throw out my bag again, which I'm sure I can't do twice in a row, right? I don't think I'm going to, because I'm being very, very careful with every movement now. So, all right, guys, stay safe, happy rolling. Hope all your rolls are amazing, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.